Thank you, Handel, and welcome to tonight's edition of the Regional News. We start off in the small island of Barbados, where they will not be at the table when Caribbean leaders meet with U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo in Jamaica on Tuesday. This decision has been taken by Prime Minister Mia Mottley, who announced on Saturday night that she would not be sending Foreign Minister Senator Jerome Walcott to the meeting. Pompeo is scheduled to be in Jamaica for the two-day meeting with Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness and other Caribbean leaders, and according to a release from the U.S. State Department, he will conduct a multilateral roundtable discussion with the Caribbean leaders and also deliver remarks on U.S.-Caribbean relations. Prime Minister Mottley said, "As chairman of CARICOM, it is impossible for me to agree that my foreign minister should attend a meeting to which members of CARICOM are not invited," and suggested it was an attempt to divide and rule among CARICOM countries if some are invited and not all. National Security Minister Stuart Young has given the assurance that Venezuelan migrants who were given registration cards will receive an automatic 6-month extension at the end of the expiry period. The cards, which were distributed following the registration process, which occurred from May to June, are nearing their expiry period. They were initially valid for 6 months. More than 16,000 Venezuelans were registered to work and live in Trinidad and Tobago. And I quote, "I have instructed that we would like to do and what we intend to do is to grant a 6-month extension. Persons who were originally granted registration and provided cards under that registration process will be granted a 6-month extension," Young said at Thursday's post-cabinet press briefing. And now in Jamaica, dancehall artist Quado, who was charged with murder and arson, was on Friday granted $500,000 bail when he appeared before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. Quado, whose real name is Shaquille Clark, was represented by attorneys Stacey Knight and Bianca Samuels. It was argued in court that he is not a flight risk and has no previous conviction. Quado was ordered to return to court on January 27th for the preliminary hearing. Quado turned himself into the police in the company of his attorney on Tuesday. He was arrested and charged in relation to the 2019 murder of 30-year-old Miguel Williams of Sterling Castle Heights in St. Andrew. Williams was mobbed following the highly publicized rape and murder of 8-year-old Shantis Skyers last year. He was allegedly beaten, set ablaze, and his house torched. And finally, at least 57 inmates, including members of Brazil's most powerful gang, escaped from a Paraguayan prison yesterday after digging a tunnel in an operation that prison officials were believed to have been aware of, Paraguay's government said. The director of the penitentiary in the city of Pedro Juan Caballero, near the Brazilian border, was fired along with 6 other prison officials, Paraguayan Justice Minister Cecilia Perez reported. The escaped prisoners included gang members of the 1st Capital Command, Brazil's most powerful and sophisticated organized crime group, the government said. The border region near the prison is considered a transit point for drug trafficking and other criminal activities by gangs. The government said it alerted Brazil's federal police, but the prisoners are believed to still be in Paraguayan territory. The government of neighboring Brazil states said it had increased security along the border. Brazilian Justice Minister Sergio Moro said he was ready to help Paraguay capture the escaped criminals and was working with border state authorities to stop them re-entering Brazil. And I quote, "If they return to Brazil, they will get a one-way ticket to a federal penitentiary," end of quote, Moro said in a Twitter message. And that's it for Regional News. Back to you, Handel.